What's up, guys? This is Rob from LegitBrowniesGaming here, and today I have a commentary over a World of War game that I got. I'm just using a Car 98 scoped, and to be honest with you, this gameplay is kind of boring. I'm trying to snipe in World of War, and I'm sitting on top of a bell tower pretty much all the time. I don't get that many kills, but I go flawless, I believe, so that's a good thing. And the reason I'm uploading this gameplay, even though it's boring, is because it's the best gameplay I could get with, like, sitting and playing World of War for around 2 hours. And let me tell you why. I'm pretty good at Call of Duty. I'm not gonna boast. I'm not gonna say I'm super amazing, but I'm considering myself a decent player. But you can't play a game if the game isn't run by the developer anymore. And let me tell you what that means. World of War isn't run by Treyarch anymore. World of War is run by modders. And what I mean by that is, every single game you will join, there will be at least one modder in the game. Every single game. I had maybe one gameplay for you guys, but there's no modders, and my camera died. Which, by the way, I'll be hoping I'll be getting a new camera soon. Hopefully by the end of August. Because that's when my birthday is, so get some money. Either that or I'll just ask someone to give me a camera. But, other than that, this game isn't really run by Treyarch anymore. You go and join a game, there'll be a guy using God mode or using a default weapon. And if you don't know what the default weapon is, it's when a guy has a floating box above his head and he's shooting at you with his fingers. Or there'll be a guy in the ground or something. And that's kind of why I kind of dislike Treyarch. And it's because I know Infinity Ward gave up on Call of Duty 4, but they're releasing, I've heard rumors of Infinity Ward releasing a patch for Call of Duty 4 to stop the modding. And Call of Duty 4 isn't as bad as World of War. World of War is probably the most modded game in the Call of Duty series at this point. It's ridiculous. And it seems like that's a style with Treyarch, is they kind of just give up. Let's take, besides World of War, let's take zombies for an example. The original zombies in World of War had a great and grossing storyline to it. It was the Nazis were experimenting with element 115 and it went wrong. And your team has been sent in to eradicate the zombies and find out as much about it as possible. And then there was like, is Richtofen part of this, or how did this all start? And then the radios, and then Peter, and then, it had a great storyline to it. Black Ops comes along. Nothing of the storyline at all. Kino did not continue the storyline whatsoever. He just randomly happened to be in a Nazi theater. It kind of did because of the meteor, but that's about it. That's the only reference to his storyline. And then Ascension just completely out of nowhere. Somehow they end up in Russia. There's a mystery man, and he has nothing to do with the original storyline. Then Call of the Dead. Apparently, their teleporter malfunctioned, and it ended up on a ship. No mention of why a teleporter was there in the first place. And come on, Shangri-La, they pretty much just started their own storyline with Shangri-La right there. Paradise. Shangri-La is paradise. They just completely said, screw the original World of War series, we're giving up on that. And, that seems to be a pattern with Treyarch, and I kind of really dislike them for that, because I know Zombies is fun even without a storyline, but the storyline is kind of what made you want to play it and find those radios or discover where those hidden teleporters were. And, they just gave up. They just said, screw it, we're giving up. And, and it sucks that Activision had to go and be a jerkwad to Infinity Ward and withhold the $4 billion worth of royalties that they owed Infinity Ward. And I kind of think Activision screwed themselves over on that one. because then they had to bring in a third-party developer for Modern Warfare 3, Sledgehammer Gaming, so, you know, it's just, I don't know, I just dislike Treyarch for the fact that they don't seem to be able to handle sticking with something for a long time. And, I mean, I'm not working with Machinima or anything right now, and I don't plan to be. This is a gaming company. Right now we're just doing commentaries and biding our time until we get what we need to start coding and everything. We need a lot more powerful computers than what we have now. We need the money for it. We need the expertise for it, so we're just kind of doing these as a way to fill time and entertain you guys. But I'm not working at Machinima or anything, and so I really don't have anything to thank Treyarch for besides World of War was an excellent game. And so after Easter one year, randomly, right after Easter, all of a sudden modders galore out of nowhere. And so since Treyarch hasn't provided me with a job, they haven't provided me with anything besides the Call of Duty game that I loved, but then they said screw it, and they also provided us with Black Ops, which of course isn't the greatest game in the world. So I really don't have anything to thank Treyarch for. I mean, if they ever patch World of War, I will personally make another commentary thanking Treyarch for that. But they're not going to, so if they ever go back to the original storyline of Zombies, I'll make a video saying, hey, now I have something to thank Treyarch for. But, you know, you guys are like, you don't have anything to thank Infinity Ward for, and Infinity Ward at least bought us a game that, even though it got a lot of hate in the beginning, and even though everyone said it sucked, at least they bought us a game that we all still played up until Black Ops. Now, Black Ops is coming out. Sorry. Black Ops is not coming out. Modern Warfare 3 is coming out, and I'm going back to all these older Call of Duties. I almost never played other Call of Duty when Modern Warfare 2 was out. Up until when I got the map packs for World at War, I never played another Call of Duty. I didn't play COD 4, I didn't play World at War, but now that Black Ops is pissing me the heck off, I'm going back to all these older games, so at least Infinity Ward knows how to capture our attention and hold it until the next game comes out. And, you know, the campaign's also part of that. Everyone wanted to be campaign on veteran. Black Ops' campaign is trash. But, besides all the hate on Treyarch, this gameplay is, kinda coming to an end. I'm really kinda sorry for the fact that it was really boring halfway through, but sniping's my thing, and sometimes sniping doesn't provide the most exciting commentary or the most exciting gameplay unless you're running around going, quick scope, no scope, and barrel stop. So, I'll try to liven it up next time, but I just kind of wanted to get a gameplay from World of War on our channel because I love World of War. And, I will chat with you guys later.